Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Fandom Fights. We got a debut match for you today. A debut match of two players coming into the fandom ring for the very first time. We've seen some debut matches where, they've played in teams before, but these are people who have not played in fandom yet, to my knowledge. If they have, very sorry that I forgot about you, but I don't think they have. We got Dean Manness and Payson Johnson going up head to head. I'm looking forward to this one. Dean just met earlier this year, seen him play in other leagues. Good stuff. Seems like a nice gentleman. Payson's been around the old movie Warzone / movie Melee block for a while, dipping his toe in the fandom now. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens when he transitions over. And like I said, Dean's kind of a wild card for me. Don't know what his knowledge is as far as fandom goes, so it'll be cool to see what he can bring to the table. Enough from me. Let's go talk to the players right now in the promos.
Hey, super excited to be playing in fandom. I've played Melee before, but I have seen some of these movies. I've seen some of these fandom movies, so I decided to jump in the ring here. Very, very pumped to be playing Payson. A faction mate of mine, so it's nice to see a friendly face on the other side. It's gonna be a fun time. I'm looking forward to it.
Hello. Yes, I am here. My name is Payson. I'm here playing in fandom. My good friend Tim asked me late last year. Was like, Payson, you're playing in fandom, and I was like, do you want me to? And he's like, yes. And I'm like, okay, I'm here. But no, in all seriousness, I'm very, very excited to be playing Dean. Dean is like such a cool guy. And I think he shows a lot of promise as a rookie. I'm very happy to have him in the faction, and I'm just excited to play. So let's go.
Both excited. Did not know they were in the same faction, but hey, what are you going to do? All right, let's get into it. We're going to start with round number one. Here's how it's going to work. There are going to be 10 questions from 10 random categories in the realm of fandom fights. Each question is going to be worth 1 point apiece. If you get all 10 questions correct, you will be issued a bonus question. You have 3 repeats for the entirety of the match and 1 challenge. Gentlemen, do you have any questions?
Nope.
All right, we're going to kick this off, like I said, with round number 1. And your first category in round number 1 is the category of DC. And your question is, which DC hero has the real name Hal Jordan? I don't know anyone named Hal. I do know people named Jordan. I do not know anyone named DC. So, interesting. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Payson, we're starting with you.
Green Lantern.
And Dean.
Green Lantern.
Both starting off with a bang. That is correct. Your next question is in the category of Disney animation. In The Little Mermaid, Scuttle calls what object a dingle hopper? I was once called a dingle hopper by the macaw. The macaw. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Dean, we'll go to you.
I believe that is a fork.
And Payson.
My second favorite piece of silverware, fork.
Interesting. Fork is correct. All right, gentlemen, your next question is in the category of American Spies. Who plays Jack Ryan in Jack Ryan Shadow Recruit? Not to be confused with Jack Reacher, Never Go Back. A movie that me and my dad did confuse with each other. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Payson.
Chris Pine.
And Dean.
Chris Pine.
Both are correct. Starting strong here, 3-3 as we get into your next category of MCU. Which MCU film features a character whose hands were taken only to be replaced by large metal stumps? Me and Maggie talk a lot about how it would be rough to not have thumbs. We specifically mentioned this when we're talking about our dog, who needs us to pick things up for him a lot because he doesn't have thumbs. So I feel bad for this character. 5, 4, 3.
I'm going to use a repeat on that one.
All right, that's going to be Dean's first repeat. Which MCU film features a character whose hands were taken only to be replaced by large metal stumps? And I know what you guys are thinking. Bucky has a mouth. He can use that to pick up objects. Yes. But when he must reach under the couch in order to get his ball that he constantly says, hey, I'm going to put this under here, even though I can't get to it, causes a lot of issues. 5, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, and we will start with Dean on this one.
I had trouble with this one. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
And Payson.
I have the same. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Both incorrect. We were looking for Avengers Infinity War. Eitri the Dwarf.
That guy, yep.
Of course.
All right. So no perfect rounds today, but we're going to move on to your next question in the category of YA. Who kills a tribute in a fight underwater at the start of the games in the Hunger Games Catching Fire? This movie is fire. I'm a big fan of this one. I remember seeing the first one in theaters with my girlfriend and did not have a fun time. Did not like that movie. But then I saw this one a year later when we were broken up and it was much better. So maybe that says a lot about that relationship. 5, 4, 3, or just the movie. 2, 1, pens down. Let's go to Payson.
Finnick.
And Dean.
And PETA.
PETA is the correct answer.
All right.
So Dean takes a 1-point lead, 4-3. As we get into your next question in the category of Pixar. In Turning Red, Meilin gets angry and breaks a window while playing what game in gym class? Gym class. I wasn't as big as I am now when I was in school, but I was still picked last a lot. But that's because I was not very athletic. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. I think we're to Payson.
Basketball.
And Dean.
I was picturing a big ball, but I said dodgeball.
Dodgeball is correct. So Dean goes up 5-3 as we get into your next category, which is sci-fi icons. What is the specific name of the object that Sam uses to revive Optimus Prime in Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen? I am the host of this show. I occasionally write a question here or there. Nick writes most of the questions. And I edit the show, produce the show, if you will. And even I can say, this is some bullshit. Sorry, guys. Holy damn. This movie's oof. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Payson.
I know there's something in these movies called this. Is it the Allspark?
That was the last movie, Payson.
Okay.
Let's go to Dean.
I also have the last movie's The Allspark.
Guys, the answer was The Matrix of Leadership. Come on.
Of course I've heard of that.
All right.
Between the two.
Your next question is in the category of scores and soundtracks. Name one Marvel sequel that was composed by Marco Beltrami. Cool name.
Yeah, that counts.
Marco Polo. Hey. Remember that Netflix show, Marco Polo? They advertised the shit out of that. And I don't think anyone liked it.
Expense. That's all I know.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Dean.
Got Blade 2.
And Payson.
Logan?
Both are correct. We also would have accepted The Wolverine and Venom. Let There Be Carnage. So your next question is in the category of horror icons. How does the annoying friend Shelley die in Friday the 13th, Part 3? Also known as Friday the 13th 3D. For that one guy who was alive when this came out, Nazario Montenegro. I assume he was alive when this came out. I could be wrong. You're good, Payson. 4, 3, 2, 1, pens down. Let's go to Payson.
Stabbed.
And Dean.
Was that the shot with the spear gun one?
Both incorrect. He has his throat slit. But it is a spear gun. The spear gun is in that movie, but that's not how he does. Anyway,
Yeah.
Dean is up 6-4 as we get into the next question, which is the final question of the round in the category of Planet of the Apes. Name one of Caesar's 2 children in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Yeah, I was just making sure I had the score right, and I think I do. I do. I have it correct. Why do I question myself? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're going to Dean.
I hope I didn't mess this up. Blue eyes?
And Payson.
Shout out to Xbox Connect, Milo.
Blue eyes is correct. We would have accepted Blue Eyes or Cornelius. So Dean is up 7-4 going into round number 2. Here's how round number 2 is going to work. It's the wheel round. I'm going to bring in the wheel from wheeldecide.com. Each player is going to have a chance to spin the wheel. If they like what they spin, they can keep it, or they can choose to spin again, but they must keep whatever they spin the second time. Each question is going to be worth 2 points apiece. Unless you check the multiple choice, then sorry, guys, it's only worth 1 point at that point. Stealing is available in round number 2. Be on the lookout for that. Payson, you've got all 3 repeats and your challenge. Dean, you have your challenge and 2 repeats. Any questions, gentlemen?
Nope.
Good.
All right, we'll bring up the wheel from wheeldecide.com. Today's wheel is brought to you by Brilliant Earth. Tennis bracelets. I don't fucking know. Your categories are Wizarding World, DreamWorks Animation, Pixar, Jimmy B, Horror Icons, Worlds of DC, MCU, and Law and Order. Of course, spinners and opponent's choice are also on the wheel. Dean, you are in the lead. Would you like to go first or defer?
I will defer.
Excellent. Didn't even give me enough time to get a drink. Here you go, Payson. This is for you. Lands on spinner's choice.
Ooh, that feels good. I'll take Wizarding World.
All righty. Payson, are you ready for your questions in the Wizarding?
Yes, I am, Tim. Actually, wait. A bunch of things just popped up on my computer. Can I close it out?
Yes.
Okay. Literally, the second you were like, "Are you ready?"
I heard it. All right. Your first question. Which Wizarding World film features the first time Harry used the pensieve in Dumbledore's office?
Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
That is correct for 2 points. Your next question. Johnny Depp appears in how many Wizarding World films?
So he doesn't play a fucking goblin in the 8 original. I'm going to say 2.
That is correct for 2 points. And the lead. Your third question. In Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, what type of creatures are known to flee before a basilisk?
Spiders.
That is correct for 2 points. Your penultimate question. Whose house are Harry and Slughorn at when Harry gets him to give up his memory he has been hiding in Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince?
Hagrid's.
And that is correct for 2 points. And your final question. Newt gives Jacob his fake wand on what type of transportation in The Secrets of Dumbledore?
A train.
That is correct for 2 more points in the clean sweep of the Wizarding World. So Payson brings his total up to 14. Dean still at 7. So we'll bring back the wheel. This is going to be the spin for you, Dean. It lands on the Worlds of DC. That's how I feel about that category too.
Let's do it again.
All right, this is what you are going to be stuck with. And it's opponent's choice. So, Payson, do you need the categories again?
I'm gonna give them my other strength of Pixar.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, Dean. Are you ready for your questions in the category of Pixar?
Let's do it.
Which Pixar film features the characters Mirage and Syndrome?
The Incredibles.
That is correct for 2 points. Who voices Lightning McQueen in the Cars franchise?
Owen Wilson.
That is correct for 2 points. What type of animal is Doug in Up?
I'll go multiple choice.
All right, your options are A, cat, B, squirrel, C, dog, or D, bird.
I'll go dog.
That is correct for 1 point. Your fourth question. In Lightyear, what type of food do Buzz and the rookies get from a vending machine, which has changed during all the years that Buzz missed?
Multiple choice, please.
All right, your options are A, sandwich, B, ice cream, C, candy bars, or D, cookies.
B, ice cream.
That is incorrect. Payson, chance for a 1 point steal. Is it A, sandwich, B, ice cream, C, candy bars, or D, cookies?
Can I get a full repeat of everything?
Yes, you can. That is your first repeat. Your question again. In Lightyear, what type of food do Buzz and the rookies get from a vending machine, which has changed during all the years that Buzz missed? And your options are A, sandwich, B, ice cream, C, candy bars, D, cookies.
I'm going to say cookies.
That is also incorrect. We're looking for A, sandwich. The bread is on the inside. So, Dean, your final question.
Like a delicious Big Mac.
Damn straight. Your question, Dean, your final question. In Ratatouille, Linguini initially gets hired for what position at Gusteau's? Five, four.
I'll go multiple choice.
All right, your options are A, waiter, B, garbage boy, C, host, D, sous chef.
I'll say waiter. A.
That is incorrect. Payson, chance for a 1 point steal. Is it A, waiter, B, garbage boy, C, host, D, sous chef?
Garbage boy.
That is correct for the 1 point steal. So at the end of round number 2, a bit of a turn of fate here. Payson up to 15, Dean up to 12. So it is a 3-point game. Going into round number 3, it's the betting round. Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to say a category. You guys are then going to have to decide if you want to bet 0, 1, or 2 on the question. If you get the question right, you gain the points you bet. If you get the question wrong, you lose the points you bet. We're going to play until someone is mathematically eliminated or we've run out of questions. So do you gentlemen have any questions as we get into the betting round?
We're good.
All right, then the first category you can bet points on is Law and Order. All right, let's get bet starting with Payson.
0.
And Dean.
Yeah, I'm going to bide my time. 0.
All right, both betting 0, stats only. Here's the question. Oh, and I'm excited to see the reactions to this one. Your question in Law and Order. Who plays Leo Getz in the Lethal Weapon franchise?
Yeah.
Ugh, my favorite. And someone definitely would have known the answer. It's happened to every single player at least once. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, Payson.
Is it that guy right there, Joe Pesci?
And Dean.
I also have Joe Pesci.
Joe Pesci is correct.
Yeah.
No points gained or lost. But your next category that you can bet points on is going to be Planet of the Apes. Let's get bets starting with Dean.
Still got him right where I want him, 0.
Okay, and Payson.
0.
Interesting. We're in the old Phantom days.
My cowardly bitch.
Your question is, how many humans has the original ape Cornelius kissed in a Planet of the Apes film?
Ooh, what a whore.
This is one of those guess a number questions.
Yeah.
I love rum so much. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Dean, let's go to you.
2.
And Payson.
3.
Both incorrect. We were looking for 1. Just
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. So we're still Payson's still up 15-12. 3 questions remaining. The next category is DreamWorks animation. Let's get back starting with Payson.
1.
Okay, and Dean.
Well, now I'm starting to get nervous. 0.
All right. So if Payson hits this, he'll be up by 4 going into the 4th question. The question is, what kind of sporting event is the crowd watching at the end of Flushed Away? I used to not like this movie. Like, I didn't hate it, but I just thought it was kind of meh. But as I've watched it more and more for fandom over the years, it's enjoyable. It's very fun. It's got a good sense of humor. Voice acting is very good. Animation is very good. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Payson.
Soccer and in parentheses football.
And Dean.
Soccer.
Soccer is correct. So Payson will gain 1 point. It is now 16-12. 2 questions remaining. The next category is Star Wars. Let's get that starting with Dean.
As my favorite license plate would say, I'm out of time, 2.
And Payson.
Let's go 1.
All right. Things could happen here. Let's find out what it is. Your question in the category of Star Wars. Name 3 of the characters who hide in an asteroid field inside the Millennium Falcon in The Empire Strikes Back. If both players hit, the game will be over. If both players miss, the game will be over. But if Dean hits and Payson misses, we will move on to the final question. 5, 4.
Repeat the question, please.
All right, that's going to be Dean's second repeat. Name 3 of the characters who hide in an asteroid field inside the Millennium Falcon in The Empire Strikes Back. It's been a long day for me. I went to a conference this morning, got back, went out to dinner, celebrated an early Valentine's Day with Maggie. By the time you're seeing this, it's like June. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're going to start with Dean.
I've got Han, Leia, and Chewie.
And Payson.
Same Han, Leia, Chewbacca.
And your winner, Payson Johnson. Those were correct answers. The other answers that we would have taken is C-3PO. C-3PO also eligible answer. So final score of 17 to 14. Mathematically incapable for Dean to move on, but that's no no issue because he played great. Like, he didn't win the match, but he played fantastic. And so did Payson. And I think at the end of the day, spinners and opponents may have been the thing that came down to it, but I think both players just played really well, showed themselves to be really good in their first match. So I think this was as Hulk would say, I think this was a success. So let's start by talking to Dean. Dean, great match. Like I said, great round one. I think you went 7 points in round one. You kind of had him on the ropes and then kind of a bit unlucky. It seemed like you were going to kind of sweep Pixar. And then those last couple of questions, him being able to pick up a steal on there kind of made the gap. Do you wish you would have bet more in round 3? Like, how are you feeling?
I feel great. I like all the decisions I made. I feel like the only thing I would have done is 1 on Law and Order, and I don't think that, that doesn't get me there. Betting can change after that, right? So, I feel good. I'll give away the secret. Didn't want Pixar. That was the number one thing I didn't want. So maybe could have taken Worlds of DC, but it just turned out that Payson was able to grab the one that I didn't want. So I feel good. I mean, it was a close game, and I like the performance.
Yeah, I did too. Dean, I hope we get to see you back very soon, which we will. Great job on a debut performance. Can't wait to see you play again. Let's move over to Payson. Payson, your first match in Fandom Fights. You come out with a first win. And like I said, it was looking a little spooky there for a second in round 1, but then you swept your round 2 category. Were able to give your other strength to your opponent. And you bet smart in round 3 where you needed to. You got the points you needed. How are you feeling about the match?
I'm feeling pretty good. You said that spinners and opponent's choice may have been the deciding factor. It was absolutely the deciding factor. Wizarding World and Pixar were maybe there were 2 other categories there that I felt okay in. I genuinely didn't know that Pixar was the one category Dean didn't want. I was just like, let's give him my strength and we'll see what happens. But Dean's a great guy. It was really, really fun playing him. I'm very happy with how I feel like I played this game. This does, unfortunately, I know I came in here and I was like, okay, I'm just going to have fun, but now I won and I'm like, crud, maybe I now have to try and do good at this. But this was fun. You and Nick are 2 very smart and handsome men, so thank you. Thank you for inviting me. Yes.
You get to play again.
Okay.
In the near future. I don't know if I'm supposed to be saying this. Nick can hate me if I am saying something that shouldn't be said, but I'm going to say it anyway. You're going to be playing somebody, a match that aired last week, so I don't want to spoil it just in case somebody hasn't watched it, but you're going to be playing the winner of Ryan Payne and Will Cohen.
Okay.
So you're going to be playing one of those 2 guys in your next match. Thoughts on either one of them?
I think either of them would be very fun matches. I played Will in another league. I would love to play him in Fandom. I played Ryan way back in the day in teams. I think it would be fun either way.
Awesome. Well, can't wait to see it. We'll see that in a little bit. Payson, congrats on the first win. And thank you to Payson, thank you to Dean, and thank you to Nick for writing the match. I've been Tim. This has been a great episode of Fandom Fights. We'll see you guys real soon with the next one. Until then, have a great night. Bye.
And again, that's the hero gig. Part of the journey is the end.
Goodbye, old friend.
Kitty has to go.